Don't forget to do three things: subscribe, like, and share.
What's going on, everybody? This is Nick from On the Block with Nick. It's a podcast designed to inspire, inform, educate somebody somewhere around the world. Today, we got Melvin Brown on the show. He's a good friend. I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot out of this conversation that we're about to have. What's going on, Melvin?
I'm doing fine there, Nick.
That's good. That's good. So let's dive right into it. Where you from?
Well, I'm from Robertsonville, North Carolina, small town outside of Greenville, North Carolina, eastern side of North Carolina.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about how it was growing up in the small town.
Oh wow. Well, a small town, you have big dreams, whatnot. I was a baseball fanatic. I love baseball, man. A lot of kids didn't really understand it, but you know, back then, you had the Atlanta Braves, TBS, and so and the Cubs. So, but I'm a diehard Braves fan, and Dale Murphy was my favorite player. So, as far as baseball or not, and I always want to be a baseball player. So, so yeah, but it was cool, man. Growing up, you know, back then we used to do stick ball stuff like that. Yeah, with the guys in the neighborhood, and but I'm telling you, on that it was cool, man. When you came onto the scene, man, it was
Yeah,
it was real cool, man. Cause uh, how old were you? You don't mind?
I think I was like, I had to be like 16 or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. But yeah, man, it was real cool, man. Cause man, we were like, man, we had another guy in our neighborhood, man. Our age, whatnot, and so. But yeah,
yeah, I definitely have a lot of good memories, man, and I appreciate how you guys just, allowed me into y'all circle and didn't judge or wasn't, you know, because you know how sometimes people are kind of standoffish
yeah.
when they see new people, and I appreciate how you guys just embrace me and treated me like one of the family.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. I was just thinking earlier. I said, your parents picked a great location, side of town. You know, you know.
Yeah, it was. So what drove you to want to be a barber? Is that something that you always wanted to do when you was little, besides being a baseball player?
Well, not actually, not really. Um, I mean, I only had few examples of barber. I don't. You remember you used to cut my hair?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Cut my
yeah.
hair. My cousins cut my hair. But far as me actually cutting anybody's hair, that really wasn't my thing. And I think too, your listeners need to know that 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 failure was a part of my success too.
Okay.
I have a history. Um, used to sell drugs and just don't even know how I got into it, but I got into it. And then when got into a little trouble, and then when I came back on the scene, I realized I didn't want to do the same thing over and over. So, but it was just like an epiphany to me, man. Be a barber, and I'm happy that I took that role because I'm able to just be a influence into my community. Um, so I went to Harris Barber College in Raleigh. Yeah,
Okay.
Queen.
So Was it hard for you to pick up on it since you had never cut hair before, or it just came naturally?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even hold the clippers right. My instructor, he used to get on me, man. But he would make reference to him because he would tell me, he said, that guy Melvin, he has some heart. You know, he's willing to step out. And I think that was I would say one of my good attributes. You know, just willing to just step out and not being afraid to make mistakes in front of others.
Hmm.
You know, yeah.
Okay, so you graduate, right? You always had in your mind you wanted to start your own barbershop, or did you start out, in somebody else's shop?
Well, like I said, went to school first. Then once I finished school, I worked as a apprentice um,
Hmm.
under someone. Yeah, I had to do that for a year at that time. And what's funny about that is I, I wanted to sell clothes inside the barbershop, and and that didn't fit that shop where I was at. And then the owner, he would tell me that not to sell into his shop as far as the clothes, whatnot. And then it just hit me. I'm like, I can do my own barbershop. So in the Raleigh area, that's where my first barbershop at.
Hmm.
But I initially wanted to do um sell clothes in the shop. And then but it was like a combination, like a clothes shop and a barber shop. So those were my first location in Raleigh.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you start your first shop. How did it go with the startup? As far as was it frustrating? Did you have any like roadblocks trying to get loans or anything like that? What was the process?
Now with no, not really, cause I saved my money up. I saved my money up. I was real good with save my money up. Now that's my earlier part of my life. But as I got a little older, I've learned that other people money is way to go. Uh,
Mm.
but um, but it didn't take that much because I um I wrote everything down. That was one thing that really helped me out, writing everything down, realizing hey, I'm new to an area. The time that was going to take for me to just to you know to be able to get implemented into that community. That was big. So um, yeah, I would say that.
Okay, so you get the first barbershop. Did you get another one after that?
Well, I had moved to yeah, exactly. I went to Durham. So I had the guy that went with me in Raleigh. He was in Raleigh and I was in Durham for a while. And then
Hmm.
mhm, and then that's when we're talking about 7 year gaps. And
Hmm.
I ended up doing a barber school.
Okay. Wow.
Hmm
How was that? I mean,
And
did
that
that
was
come to you like, well, if I'm doing this, then I might as well start a barber school.
exactly. I stuck with what I knew best, and that so I enjoyed teaching,
Hmm.
and so it all fit, you know. But I did a barber school for about 7 years. That was very interesting, man. Um, because some of the students, that comes in, they come from the worst of the worst. I mean, so that's certain. It calls for a certain level of patience.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's their last chance
Mm-hmm.
on life, and but I mean, I hung in there long as I can. I'm not I'm not um I'm not operating a school as of right now. Um, but I'm just waiting just to hear that voice, just to get back into that, you know. But
Oh, okay.
I still my my license are still active, an instructor's license, so I can
Oh,
go.
okay.
Uh-huh.
So you tell me about that process. You had to actually go through another school to be able to operate a barber school, get licensed, or is it just you paying a fee or something like that?
Well, I went to a barber school just to get the training on how to pass that test, that particular test. It's a separate test from the barber test.
Ah,
Uh-huh. It's a certain there's two different tests. You got a barber test and you have an instructor's test. And that instructor test it was challenging. Um I failed the first time, and then like I said uh earlier part of the podcast, failure has been a success as well. Um, Especially when you don't give up.
mm-hmm.
So um, so yeah, so I failed the first time, then I tried again, and I passed the second time. So I mean, man, that was like a lot lifted off of me, you know. And I just feel like that I deserved it. So yeah, so I went forward with that, and and then like I said, the school was in operation for 7 years.
That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
So right now, how many shops do you have operating?
Well, I just have one right now. I'm in
Okay.
Burlington. But my goal is to start that school back up. But
Okay.
I want to make sure that my plan is thorough. You know,
Mm-hmm.
start it back up. You know, I understand, write my vision and making it plain. There's things that I want to get in place. Especially when you have kids, you know, you want to focus on right now. I want to focus on my kids right now. Uh,
Yeah, because your son is a beast in baseball. I saw he what throw like 100 miles per hour.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's a story in itself. But yeah, yeah, trying to stay on the subject and everything. But yeah, he loves that game, man. Yeah, it's my
That's awesome.
daughter, my daughter, she plays soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so but they have that athletics. You know, my middle daughter, she dance.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
So you got a full schedule with work and balance, work life and family balance, huh?
uh-huh. And right now it fits better. It fits with me better. Me just being a barber right now, and it
Mm-hmm.
just being there for my kids. You know, growing up and things. My daughters, I have a 12-year-old daughter, 18-year-old daughter, and my son, he's 20. So
Okay.
these are
Okay.
very important times for them.
Oh,
So
yo, definitely, definitely.
so yeah, that's what it is, man. It's good to have a wife that, you know, help me balance things out.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Oh, definitely, definitely. I understand that.
you know, us men, man, we can just be go getters, man. Just like, you know, just go getters, man, and don't even think about some of the other important things. So I'm happy about that balance.
Okay, and that's kind of what I wanted to ask you about as far as when you open the shop. How do you get the employees or the barbers underneath you, and how is it ran? Do you handle the day to day, or like you said, you let your wife handle it, or somebody else?
But no, I handle all of that right now. Um, I just one very important thing is just making sure that um, that my surroundings inside the shop is presentable. So when a potential barber come in, you know, they see that it's a place that they can see themselves in.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So uh, and then too, we dealing with clients. You want them to see themselves here as like their home barbershop. So
Mm.
hmm so yeah, but just I mean, to be honest, on my side right now, I'm not really looking for any barbers because, like I said, my goal is I want to focus back on that the barber school.
Hmm.
That's my true calling. You know,
Okay.
and so I mean, I've been cutting hair now, man. I've been cutting hair 22 years. Yeah, 22 years cutting hair. So
Wow.
yeah, so but right now, like I say, right now, I'm just focusing on my children. Make sure that their goals are being met and things like that. So I kind of, in a sense, I kind of took a step back,
Hmm.
but still doing the things that I love to do. If that if
Okay.
that make if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, especially from uh what you said, overcoming adversity
Mhm.
and sticking with it. That's an important message
Oh yeah.
um that a lot of people need to know. Definitely. But
hmm
so about being a barber is the most important thing being active in the community, or what do you think is the most important thing about being a barber on slash entrepreneur?
You just hit it right on the nail. Being a pillar in the community because you know a lot of people gonna look up to you, man. They're looking to see what your character is like. You know,
Mm,
they they- they're looking to see if they can implement what they outside stuff they got going on. Can they bring it on into your circle? So
mm,
what's really important to me is to have a stand if to stand for something, and stand your ground on what you believe. There's certain things you're just not going to allow in your in my inside my atmosphere.
I got you.
And I like to say I could create a environment where uh, anybody can come in. It's like a family oriented. That's basically how I was raised. So
Hmm.
definitely, man. I see myself. I really do see myself as a pillar in my community.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Mhm.
So I know it has to be a good feeling when you have a client, maybe you have cut their hair since they was a child and they come in as an adult and they're bringing their kids in as well.
Man, that's crazy. I mean, I've have two generations, like sometimes some cases three generation. Because like I said, I moved from different locations, but I have to do some house calls.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have to do some house calls. Um, but these are clients that I've that been with me from like pretty much like day one, like
Mm,
17 years of cutting the hair like that.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
hmm
So I have to ask, because I don't have hair no more, so I haven't been to a barbershop in years, man. But I see a lot of stuff on like TikTok or some other social media platform, and it talks about the prices, right? I remember when I went, the prices were maybe like $10 a cut, and now I see like cuts are like almost like you go into a beauty salon. So what tell me a little bit about that, the evolution of the price of the haircut.
I'm glad you asked that, man. When I first got into well, when I first remember even going to a barber shop, my dad used to take me to the shop. I remember 5 years old, jumping up in the barber chair, the barber seat, and haircuts were like $5,
Mm-hmm.
$5. And so time moved on when I went to barber school and working in the shop. Um, haircut was like $11.
Mm-hmm.
$11. The full face and beard, no more than 15. Now, 22 years, I'm fast forward now. 22 years into it. Now, my haircut price is $20. Now I'm in quote quote hood area, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But when they start to get the face and all this other stuff, oh yeah, my price can go up to $35.
Oh,
And
okay.
but I'm telling you, Nick, man, when my price got up to like me telling a client $35 at first, I mean, I almost kind of like queen, like, ugh, yeah, hey, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, uh, we got, there's a lot going on in this world now. You got inflation, you got, cost of living and things like that. So, a part of success is, you have to go along with what society brings too. What society is calling for. So this right as that's the climate that we living in now. With the price of everything is it's just going up. And either you go along with it or you be going out of business. And I think that
Mm.
that's an important message to your listeners. Uh, you have to go along with what the the uh, the economy. You know.
Okay. So the haircut itself, is it more I know it's more extravagant. I know they want kind of like penciled in lines and
Oh yeah.
all of that stuff. So you do that as well?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I do that too. I do that too. Me personally, now I can't speak for any other barber. Most barbers, they would charge up for that. Um, Me, because I'm a little old school now. I try to keep the price around what the original service is. So, if somebody want a pencil line or okay edge up, like long as it's something, not too much, I don't mind keeping the price pretty much where it is, you know, because they come back every week, so I try to meet people halfway.
Hmm.
Like a new client, he has to get the full price.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So a returning client is basically what you're really going after.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
got you. Man, that's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything that you would like to share with the viewers outside of what we just discussed that may inspire or motivate them? Any nuggets that you want to share with them?
Okay. Yeah. I would. First thing I would tell you is, whether it's being a barber or uh, a mechanic or any profession that you want to get into, um, do your diligence, do your research first, and if there's something that you truly like and have a desire for, hey, Ray, write the vision, write the everything down on a paper. so that you have a model to go by. Because because as time go on, a lot of things can run across your mind and lose focus on things. But when you have written things I'm sorry, when you have written things down, you have you have something to go by. You're not just being lost. With no
Mm.
direction. So I would tell your listener, man, just to write things down and follow your dreams of what you want to do.
That's awesome. So real quick, when you because you brought up something that was interesting and a good point, and a lot of people don't know it's best to use other people's money and not your money. So when you go in like to these banks and all these other people or investors or whoever it is, do you bring your vision written down on a paper, and what else do you kind of bring, the business model, or what do you bring into that to those
Well,
meetings?
well, I haven't been in that situation to need anybody money, but if I had to do it over again, what
Mm,
I would
okay.
do is I would let my money do my talking. So if there's a bank that I deal with, um, let me tell you, State Employed Credit Union. I'm gonna give that example. They're good with giving out loans. Um, but I got a loan because they saw what I had in the bank. Um, and all keep a good track record on paying your bills on time, because they look at all of that stuff. That's
Hmm.
very very important, because you never know when you're gonna need somebody. So you want to keep a good rapport with the banks. So, other words, after you have written everything down and you figure out, okay, well, I'm just using an example. Well, to do this barbershop, it's gonna take. I'm just throwing out a number. If you're gonna need $20,000 to do the barbershop, okay, that's what you asked for. But you already have 20,000 aside inside the bank. Yeah, and they're more out to let you to get it when you have a plan. So yeah, you most definitely want to show them your plan in detail, because they have something to go by. If there's any other things that need to be on that plan, there's someone that could help elaborate on on your um, on your plan, so things will look good for you when you're trying to um, build up your business too. So, uh, but I would definitely go to just go just. I'm gonna tell you what my instructor told me. He told me you should always have a role model. Like my barber instructor, he's my role model. So uh, get examples from people that's your role model. You can do that. And you can also like don't be afraid to go out of town to get ideas from other people that's in your profession. Like for example, uh, I'm in the Raleigh area. Don't be afraid to go to Philly somewhere and get some ideas out of that. And ask questions on how they did a barbershop, and how they did that, finance and whatnot. Because you're not a threat to that person
Uh,
in Philly. You
makes
see what I'm
sense.
saying?
Makes sense.
You know, you know, uh, called on the phone, man, and the big information is gonna be your best friend. Get all the information that you're gonna need.
Cool. That's what's up, man. So, real quick before we end it, let the viewers know where they can find you at and where your shop is at and where you
Okay,
can reach that.
sure. I'm in Burlington, North Carolina. 804 Ross Street, Burlington, North Carolina.
Okay, cool. And you do house calls? You just have them
I,
come in and give them your card and everything. What
I,
do you do?
no more house call. I don't have any
Oh,
room for house call.
oh, so you book no more, no more. That's definitely a good thing.
We definitely walk in and like I said, a family friendly atmosphere. Yeah, anybody is welcome, man. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Hey, it was a pleasure talking to you, man. I'm telling you, this was a good one, man. It felt good, and I'm really happy, man, that you are so successful and happy in life. I
Oh yeah.
really am, man.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
we got the block hot, man. We got the block hot with the conversation, and we out.
All right now.